Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. From the last episode we have left a little spaceship in orbit, which is going to be deorbited now. And I'm aiming for the Kerbal Space Center. And because my orbit was a little bit inclined, I also had to correct this. And I'm not ditching the stage right now because I kind of want to use it as a heat shield and sea brake, because I still have a little bit of fuel left in it and I want to use it. And there are mods which actually pinpoint you where exactly you will learn, taking all the aerodynamics into account. This is 4 times speed, by the way, but I don't want to use them because I want to figure it out myself, and it feels a little bit like these take a little bit of the fun. Ditch the stage exploded, and the rest is kind of heading towards ground. And apparently for these type of capsules I don't need a parachute. I need a parachute, but I don't need a heat shield. Seems like there is one heat shield attached to this. Anyway, parachute deployed and a safe splashdown in the ocean. And the next mission was trying to get this little point up there in the atmosphere. I think it was too high to get it by an airplane, so I decided, well, it's close to the launch pad, why not try and get it by rocket? I tried to build airplanes before, but I've never managed to get above let's say 14,000, and even that was a little bit of work, so it was mostly 12,000 meters was the maximum, but since this is close, I decided, well, let's take a rocket. I don't need an airplane. And look at that stage separation. It looks so nice. I love it when they separate this way. And of course here also a nice splashdown. And this mission is, you'll see the science container, just collecting science, because I needed to unlock the next step in the tech tree, but I didn't have enough science. So I'm trying to get as much science as possible, and this now with an SRB, which, well, goes totally wrong. I tried to pitch up, try to decouple, rescue the crew, deploy parachute, doesn't work, and I decided, well, let's continue. I can quick load. Okay, next try is sped up with a liquid fuel, but also this one crashed into the ground near the mountains. And the next try I managed to deploy the parachutes a little bit earlier, and a little bit of a bumpy ride, but well, I kind of managed to put the crew on the parachute, and also a powered landing, so all the rocket parts can be salvaged. And of course a little bit of science from the launch pad. This one I mostly forget. And testing parts, this is a radial engine. I think I've never tried to use a radial engine on any of the landers or rockets I've built. Anyway, this is the next missions. Now that I have been in orbit, there are of course tourists who want to get into orbit too. So I started a rocket with 2 tourists. You can see them in the lower right corner, and right below the Mark I pod there is the tourists. And they in orbit. I think that's only a suborbital flight. But look at that view. That's something okay. Okay. Going down somewhere, I don't know where, they will splash down or even tumble down the hill. At least they get down. And this shape is actually a little bit hard to control. But, yeah. I think from this point there's nothing more to get wrong. And they tumble down. And while we're here, let's do some science. Why not? Now I have a problem to get in because I want to pushing this side. I want to recover all of them at once. And that's the inside. A Fury re-entry, and the windows are actually blocked by parachutes. And the parachutes are there to separate the command pod from the tourist pod in case something goes wrong and I only want to rescue my crew. But until now I've only ever reloaded. Alright, power descent. And still using this stage as kind of heat shield. Separating it. Wow, look at this. I think this is an amazing view. Seeing this engine and fuel pod slowly drifting away. Alright, we are still supersonic, but we finally managed to get on the ground. And the next mission was at least the next mission, the next challenge for me was to build an airplane, because a bunch of contracts appeared which required multiple stages, landing and lifting up again, and I tried to build an airplane. I think the newest versions they are a lot better. I tried to avoid building airplanes. I didn't manage to do this quite, but this is the first airplane. And actually this runway is hell of a bumpy, and Valentina German is inside. This runway is very bumpy, and it's even less bumpier if you just roll off the runway and try to take off in the grass, because the grass is flatter than this piece of acre or something. Anyway, I think it worked nice building an airplane, and I think if a few missions, which are, I think, in the next episodes, are going to be missions which are on, are kind of a airplane tour around the planet. Which I think this one even might be one of them, or it might be just only another test flight. Anyway. Whoa, explosions. So this is the kind of test flights, and I tried to build some kind of solid fuel rocket, kind of like the Arianespace Vega rocket, which I think worked in a previous version, but now everything in regards of aerodynamics changed. So I tried to build it again, which I'm not sure if this one got into orbit. But solid rockets are very cheap. And when it's just about getting someone into orbit, just getting tourists into orbit, I think that's a very bad idea. I think this version didn't make it. So here's another version with 5 engines on top, 3, and I'm not sure what's there. Maybe another liquid stage. But yeah, solid rockets are very cheap, so that's the reason why the Vega rocket, I think, is using solid rocket fuel, because whoa, drifting out of control. Because yeah, cheap. It's not quite. We have 2 solid stages and another solid. That's a strange conception. solid, liquid, solid, and another liquid. Strange. And we are quite high in the orbit. Anyway, I mean, if it works, whatever, fine. I'm not quite sure if this is really what I've planned. Whoa! I like explosions. Anyway, I think this one got into orbit. So, yeah. See you next time.